Thank you for staying with us on The World Now. Regulators around the world are in a race against time to come up with rules to govern the artificial intelligence space. The warnings that computers could soon have the level of human intelligence has raised a new regulatory headache for most governments. However, proponents warn that over-regulation could also kill innovation and court its benefits. Innovations around AI have been moving so fast that regulators appear lost in formulating frameworks to govern the sector. The European Union is among the first to come up with a treaty meant to make AI ethical and trustworthy. The treaty spells out global standards for responsible AI development and deployment and will influence other frameworks developed in different countries. The exclusion of Africa in the development of the treaty raises challenges for a continent growing rapidly with innovation. Only Mauritius and Egypt have formulated AI laws, while South Africa, Nigeria, and Kenya have initiated plans to create regulatory frameworks. And for more on this need for laws to regulate the AI space, software engineer Olaji Olajide joins me on The World Now. Good to have you join us.
Good afternoon. I'm happy to be here.
And the EU is one of the first nations or continent, so to speak, to have this treaty. But there are concerns about the exclusion of Africa in the development of this treaty. What do you make of that?
I think the regulation of the AI space has been a cause for controversy in several continents. Several countries have discussed ways in which it should go, and there hasn't really been like a neutral ground for like this is how it should go. With Africa not in the play, I think it's mostly because as a continent we are still improving in terms of digital literacy and also digital skills. However, I think with time, these issues will be resolved by the introduction of like government initiatives like the NCAIR, which recently introduced by the Nigerian government and so on. And as soon as we partake in these things over and over again, I feel like Africa will be more involved in these conversations as time goes on.
And this also raises concerns about how we intend to localize this treaty to benefit the continent itself. But let's focus on how likely companies involved in AI development will set up shop in Africa. Will this make sure that the EU's intention is fruitful?
Yeah, I think it's very likely. We as Africans, we've done we've put in a lot of effort and research into the AI space. Albeit it hasn't been up to par with our European counterparts. But I think so far we've had a lot of initiatives from different countries. For example, during the COVID era, AI was used to predict how widespread COVID would be. And that really helped the South African government to be able to cope this and make sure it wasn't as widespread as it would have been. I honestly think with time and with the introduction of more digital initiatives like the promotion of innovation hubs like Andela, She Codes Africa, and so on, we are going to get there, and companies outside will start recognizing us, and also even companies within would start investing in more AI product / training.
And how much awareness do you think Africans, Nigerians especially, have as regards to AI and the use?
I think right now, almost the average computer bloke, someone that knows how to read their emails on their phone, they have an idea of what ChatGPT is. Not everyone uses it for their daily work, but at least most people use it to ask questions that they would rather that before the introduction of AI, they would spend an hour or two trying to find those answers. But these days, you can just go to openai.com and ask the questions, and you'll find out that we have a large population of Nigerians using ChatGPT today, which is one of the most popular AI tools out there that is used by people. So I think in terms of awareness, we as Nigerians, especially, we've done a good job of like coming to power with what AI is and that acknowledging that AI is here to stay.
And are you not concerned about the exclusion of Africa in the development of this treaty and how it will affect the search, and also concerns about racism and discrimination?
It's definitely a cause for concern. I think it is something that like we should be involved with as Africans. If like a lot of like top AI scientists, if you find out their background, you discover like they are also Africans. Yeah, and it's something that worries me every time I think about it. Africa was excluded from this treaty. Yeah.
And the legally binding global treaty on AI will open for a signature on the 5th of September 2024. How's this going to ensure a consistent implementation and enforcement of the treaty across member states?
Yeah, I think the EU, in terms of having like treaties, they've done like a pretty good job. You can trace it back to the advent of GDPR. The EU they were like a driving force in terms of GDPR and making sure like the data privacy was being acknowledged by every company within the EU. Even the companies in the US that are willing to trade in the EU have to comply with those rules. I do not think there would be an issue in making sure that like companies align with this treaty. There is just cause for the concern for me would be how does this treaty benefit some member countries, and does it not benefit some member countries? But I can't speak to that at this time.
And while this seems like a long way to go for Africa, it seems there are some positive initiatives that we could gain from this move. Well, we want to thank you, AI Space Software Engineer Bolaji Olajide. Thank you for joining us on The World Now.
Thank you very much.